services that we employ by ATC, we do background checks, so they have background checks done on those employees.
Yes.
And do they get these background checks? Are they conducted before they're hired, and they go through the process and they're approved, or are they hired and then they're going through the background process?
Daniel, you probably dealt with that.
It's actually a dual process. The TC does its training prior to making a recommendation, and then they notify the sheriff's department, which double checks to make sure that they're comfortable with the applicants as well. In the beginning, the process was clustered because we had to get people in to do the screening. So we ironed out those issues, and I think we have a fairly good procedure now where people have to be cleared prior to coming in.
So we do, it's smooth, running right now?
It's much smoother than when we...
I guess my question was, is to the director, how many of those that were hired and were working, we realized that they had criminal backgrounds, and then we fired them. How many of those employees went through the system?
Marianne, I'm going to go to our head of human resource. I mean, he's gone through the process.
Well, we don't hire them per se, but there were a couple that we did pick up, and we asked those two to remove them promptly, and they did, in fact, dismiss them promptly.
Okay, so that was 2?
Less than 4.
Less than 4?
Less than 4.
Thank you. This evening, and this is for Director Gargano, I'm going to ask you once again to amend the county trust to include historical preservation for local townships. Now, I have asked this from the very beginning when I proposed the program for local townships, and it was carved out. And I have asked you publicly, and publicly you have responded, no. So I need to know, are you going to amend this program?
Well, first of all, my opinion of it is no. I mean, it's the same comment that I made. If you're looking at saving something that's historical, the preservation of farmland and the preservation of these parks and the things that we're doing are doing that process. And I'd rather be able to do one thing properly than to spread the money so thin that we don't get it, what we're doing done right. And right now we're doing the process of preserving farmland and open space very, very well. And I think we need to continue that.
Okay, and thank you. Kudos to me, because it was my proposal. But here's my concern. The name of the trust is open space, farmland preservation, and historic preservation. So if you believe it should just be open space and farmland preservation, why not just remove historic preservation from the county trust?
We are doing historic preservation.
Point of information, Mr. Solicitor, wouldn't it require an affirmative vote by a majority of the board to make any change? It does not reside with the departmental liaison to make a change unilaterally, does it?
I can't get it on the agenda.
It's voted once a year. It's voted annually.
The allocation of the 2 cents is voted annually, 4 cents is approved by the voters in a couple of different.
And the way the 4 cents is spent is voted on yearly. So if the freeholder board feels it should be spent in another way, there's an opportunity to vote that way.
Well,
so it's as bipartisan as you can be.
Yeah, I know you said you were against it.
I am. I've never said anything different. That's my view.
But I just find it unfair that you can spend $5 million in 2010 and 2011 on those selected projects that you believe is in the best interest of this board, and perhaps that you can get the most votes.
That the freeholder board voted on every one of those projects after they were evaluated and put before.
And the allocation.
And almost the vast majority, I think, if not all of the communities have been involved with those projects. So we've helped every community in Burlington County with their park programs. And it was not my decision, it was voted on by the board. Did I vote for it? Yes, I did. Because I think the local communities needed help in a time when they didn't have finances to support their own parks. And every level of resident, from children to senior citizens, use those parks. So yeah, did I do that? Yes. And I know we disagree, but my view is that is a very well.
Well, no, we don't disagree, because when I proposed it, I proposed open space, farmland preservation, and historic preservation.
you propose the farm conservation program?
Yes.
That was done before any of us were
No.
here.
No, the local. When we amended our trust to include the local spending
It's
for
over
the
the $5
change,
million.
each year that we've done, yes.
Okay, 250 grand.
I don't, pardon?
250,000 up to 250,000 grant per municipality.
I'm not laboring that, I just can't understand why you cannot include historic preservation.
Because we have a different philosophy or different
Okay,
view of
that's
it
all
than
we
you.
need, okay.
And I mean, we get, there's an
So
opportunity.
everyone that is involved in historic preservation, you're not in agreement with what they're doing,
Not at
yet...
all. Not at all. That's just for
You're not in
eliminating.
agreement to funding it.
No, what I am in agreement of doing is, with the dollars that we have, is to do the best that we can in the programs that we're running and not spread ourselves so thin that we can't accomplish the tasks that we have at hand. That is my view.
And point of information, if this board is constituted the same way next June as it is today, we will all have the opportunity to vote on the way the funds are allocated. Correct, Mr. Nelson?
That's correct, every year.
And the board does a lot of historic preservation on property that we own, that is on our lands already, or it's property that we're acquiring.
Chris, I understand it and I get it.
But you make it sound like there's no historical preservation being
No,
conducted within the county.
Locally.
Well, these properties are locally located. Some are in East Hampton, some are
They're
some
county
are...
owned.
So they're not
county
historic?
owned.
But
No, I'm
they're
not
used
saying
by
they're
the
not
local
They're
historic.
minimized because they're county owned?
No, they are not minimized. Don't twist my words and what my focus is about funding local historic projects with the county trust money.
Marianne,
Thank
I
you.
understand exactly where you're at.
vote in June.
And there's a disagreement. Just because there's a disagreement, it doesn't make it political, it doesn't make it anything, except we do have the ability to disagree. And I think that's where we're at here. I'm not telling you what you have to do or what you don't, but if the vast majority of this board, which is if at least 3 people are in the direction that we've been going forward from on this trust all this time, that is the right we have to do. I mean, it doesn't make us bad because we disagree with you, and it doesn't make you bad because you disagree with us.
I didn't say you were bad.
Oh, thank you.
I did.
I think Paul did, too. I'm not sure.
Bad.
I'm good. Paul, we'll see you tomorrow.
I would just like to make a comment and speak to the director about if he could just allow me to direct this to Renee Borchat. And yes, Renee, I want to thank you for commending us for doing a great job. And also, I want the public to know that the foreclosure forums and seminars started under my watch. And not yesterday.
I was the first one to do one in my office. I had 72 leaders, and it picked up from there, and you
For the
picked up.
county. No, I did not.
Yes.
Can we,
Yes.
what's the matter,
You
please?
have proof.
This is election easy. Let's just get it
No, it's
done.
not, Joe, not at all.
You go back to the article, it's there.
You know what, it's...
Okay, can I say something, Director?
Yes.
Now, when each of these board members have their comments, I can comment back.
No, you
No,
know what, I have...
no, I can't.
Marion, I apologize, you're 100% right. I'm going to ask the freeholder board to not come.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and you were correct.
Okay. I was concerned about, when I read the minutes of the Bridge Commission, and in those minutes, it states that the commission budget for the year ending September 30th, 2012 was introduced on July 12th, 2011, and whereas the commission has agreed to appropriate $1,400,000 to the county, to the Burlington County for the fiscal year 2012. So it's saying they're going to give us $1.4 million for 2012. And we haven't had any budget talk, so I don't know where they pulled this number out of the air. To an interlocal agreement executed by the commission and the county. So, I sent an email to Administrator Drayton, and I had asked him to provide me with a letter, perhaps that the director sent to the commission requesting this money. His response back to me was, that these monies, well, that these monies are not for 2012, but for 2011, because the Bridge Commission has not paid us the balance of the $3 million that they committed to in the beginning of the year. So I did some math, and the treasurer told me their partial payment was $1.7 million, and this is $1.4 million. Well, they only allocated us $3 million, so this is $3,100,000. So I need some clarification as to what this $1.4 million is.
Ed?
I actually read the bridge minutes myself, and I did see that amount. And I guess someone didn't quite add correctly. But there is no other expectation than the $3 million, and that's what's booked in the 2011 budget. So even though it adds to 3.1, I wasn't quite sure whether I should tell them or not, but I guess it is a $3 million receivable that's on the books.
So when they committed the $3 million to the county,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, in our 2011 budget,
Yes.
they didn't have that $3 million in their 2011 budget?
I don't know the minutes. My guess is that they split the payments in half because of the fiscal year July cutoff. So they probably resoluted half the 1/7 in what would be their 11 budget and the remainder in what would be their 12 budget.
Because in my email to you, I asked you for the contact person of the state of New Jersey that oversees our budgets and the way the money is distributed.
Yes.
And I had presented this, to her, and not just the addition, but the fact that they're allocating us money in our 2011 when they don't have it in their 2011, and then they're going to turn around and put it in their 2012 so that they can take it in at the end of the year. Do you see them paying us anytime in the near future, or do you see that as a payment at the end of the year?
I am expecting a check from the Bridge Commission before year end because our budget needs that revenue to balance out.
To balance out, or to
In terms of the
put into
receipts.
surplus?
In terms of the receivable that's on the book, revenue anticipated for the county's fiscal year 11 budget.
Okay. Thanks, Ed.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank you for always responding so timely to my emails and giving me the information that I requested.
You're welcome.
It's more than appreciated, and I thank you for that. Most recently, well, it actually started in April, and I had requested information from the solicitor's office. And it was a document that I had requested, and I was told it didn't exist. So, quite a while that went past. So then I sent another email to this individual at the solicitor's office, and I had requested the information for a second time. And I was told that this individual was tying up loose ends because they were going on vacation. So after I thought about it, I sent an email back, and I told him to disregard my email, and that I was going to Oprah the information, which I did. And Ralph, thank you again, you accommodated me with a document, but a page was missing, but neither here nor there. But it was just a document, and I had requested the entire file. And this entire file is for the $730,000 grant that we gave to the Bridge Commission for, it's called Pennsauken Creek Trails Project. So I put another email back and said that I did not get the information that I requested via Oprah, but I needed the entire file. So just recently, that was yesterday, I got the file. But contained in the file are two letters that reference a letter of January 19th. That letter is not in the file.